I've been grumpy. I admit it, I've been grumpy. I'm tired of the masks. I'm tired of hand sanitizer. I am tired of it all, and I'm certain you are too. This is the weekend that for 20 years my buddies and I go down to Vegas and we play golf, and we eat at Big L's clam chowder. We watch basketball morning to night. We drink a beer or two, or 3 or 4. Nope, can't do that this year. Couldn't do it last year either. I'm just tired of it, aren't you? But we can't quit. We have to stay steady with this fight against this virus. All of us have to. You know, in World War II, many of the people probably were a little bit upset, but they had to do what they had to do because the whole world had to pitch in. People had gardens, they called victory gardens, in their backyard. The government rationed coffee and sugar and shoes and gasoline, 4 gallons a week. Couldn't go very far in 4 gallons this time of year, could you? I can imagine, for over 2 years. And they stayed steady. Why? To save GI's lives over in Europe and in the Pacific. They had to. 271,000 didn't make it, less than this pandemic has cost the lives. And some people are saying today, if you tell me to do this and you tell me to do that, you're violating my liberty and you're violating my freedom. Well, nobody wanted to see in World War II or any other war since kids, young adults die. It was hard. Their sweethearts, their children, their family. Nobody wanted to see that. Everybody pitched in. And every war since, some of you probably remember the Vietnam War. The young people rose up because young people were dying. And it finally ended. And it still goes on today in Afghanistan and Iraq. Young people die. I was sitting up last night thinking about this homily, and I thought, but this is old people dying, older people. 65 and older is the average age. Is that the difference? Are we just letting go of the old people? Probably you don't know this, but the joke was when this pandemic started, it was called a boomer reducer. That's what the young people called it. A boomer reducer, baby boomer reducer. It's pretty sad. But we can't let go. Whatever the reason for that is, we just can't stop fighting. I don't care if you don't know a person that's over the age of 60, we still have to fight. There's people in nursing homes still lonely, and they fought too, and a lot of them didn't make it. But it comes to mind to me something I heard a long time ago, that the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. When we don't care anymore. It's not my problem. We don't care. That's indifference. And unless we do something, it's going to stay that way with indifference for some people. Don't get me wrong. In this pandemic, there are many people that have risen to feed many people and take care of many people and go and help. There's been great saints among us doing all those things. But yet there's people that don't want to have the vaccine. And it's sad that they don't want to help. Now, maybe we can learn something from Jesus and his gospel. Unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it cannot produce the glory of the grain of wheat. We know he's talking about himself. And it'll be soon we'll be talking about it more when we read the Passion over and over again on Holy Week until Easter Sunday, when we know that grain of wheat is glorified. But let's take those words, unless a grain of wheat falls and dies, and let's apply it to us. Let's learn something from that. unless we die unto ourselves, die into our indifference, our selfishness, our self-centeredness, unless we die to those things, how can we help? We have to be in this together. When we die unto ourselves, this glory comes out of, the glory of God comes and shines out of us, and it's seen by everyone. It's a beautiful thing if we can do it. And we have a little time during Lent here yet to work on it. We can work on it in the simplest of ways. In the simplest of ways, we have to show how much joy is in our hearts. Don't you love Jeremiah's reading this morning about he's going to stamp on our hearts the covenant, and you will be full of love so much you don't even need to do anything but show it. It was a great reading out of Jeremiah, and that's where we should be, stamped in our hearts in little ways. I'll give you an example. You go to the grocery store, somebody says you're checking out, right? Somebody says, have a good day. What if you were to say, thank you for that. I'm going to try, and I hope God blesses you with a good day as well. And put the word God into your response. Put your joy into your response, and that joy is Jesus and the gospel. If we all die unto ourselves, and not afraid to talk, and not afraid to show our Christianity as good Catholic people in the beauty of this church. This is a safe haven here, isn't it? You come here, it's just safe. Now we have to take it someplace else. My friends, we can do it. You and I, all of us. And thank you so much for those that have been doing it. But let's all do it. Let's all die unto ourselves so that the glory of Jesus can come out through us to everyone else.